You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just concentrating on the filming.
Okay.
Yeah, can I just take your numbers, please? Are you filming me?
We are, yeah.
Yeah, you are now.
Engaging with you.
Yeah. Can I?
You can take the numbers, mate. 3406.
Thank you very much.
We've only come out.
Can I take your number, please?
3026, and I'm the sergeant, Scott Manning.
You're the sergeant. Okay, thank you very much. It's a social experiment that I'm doing.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Explain exactly what that means.
Well, I don't have to explain. I mean, don't answer me like that. I mean, if we can have a conversation.
Can I ask you what your social experiment is then, please?
Okay. Well, there's been some abuse around people filming in public, and the police have abused powers. It's to see what sort of interaction I'm going to get by doing a legal activity. Yeah.
Okay. Do you not see, from the point of view of the police officers, that the vulnerability for us when we're coming in and out, and so not everyone's going to know who you are.
Fair enough.
And immediately that's going to maybe cause them some concern. Do you not think you have some sort of civil duty to try and sort of help the police to be able to feel a little bit more comfortable coming in and out of the police building?
Okay.
When the officer says it's a vulnerability because not everyone knows who the auditor is, he shows he doesn't understand public space. The truth is, you don't have to give police your details just for filming. There's no law that requires it unless certain legal conditions apply, which wasn't the case here. Calling a lawful person a vulnerability just because he has a camera shows suspicion is being made up, not found. Then the officer tries to guilt trip the auditor, saying he has a civil duty to make police feel comfortable. But that's backwards. It's not the public's job to change their legal behavior for officers' feelings. It's the officer's duty to respect rights and follow the law without bias.
If what I'm doing is legal,
no, I haven't asked you if it's legal.
No, but if it's legal, it's not a matter of what you just said to me. It's a legal activity, so therefore I can do it. So by your explanation to me, it makes sense, but it's also a legal activity, so you've got to respect that I can do it.
At no point have I said that you can't.
No, I know you haven't,
so I asked you a
but that's the conversation,
and
it'll go round.
You refuse to answer that. You don't feel that you've got.
Do I have to answer it?
No.
Well, I've just given you my answer. I just said to you that because it's a legal activity and I can do it, from what you just said, negates it being a legal activity. If it was unlawful, then you can turn around and say, oh, do you know what, we're scared because you're doing something which isn't unlawful, you'd come and arrest me. But because it's legal, I can understand the concern. Don't get me wrong, I'm not being antagonistic, right, or anything like that. Yeah, of course I can understand the concern, but because it is legal, the concerns doesn't outweigh my right.
In the UK, filming in public is protected by common law and Article 10 of the Human Rights Act, which guarantees freedom of expression, unless there's reasonable suspicion of an actual crime. No amount of concern can justify detention or demanding someone's details. A sergeant's job isn't to rely only on instinct. It's to act based on law, not emotion. The auditor actually shows more understanding and calmness than the officers. He respects their feelings but still stands by principle. That's why this moment matters. He's not being awkward. He's standing where the law stands. The sergeant refusing to respect that line shows a real problem. A mindset where power is used based on comfort, not conduct.
So therefore, you're coming, you're talking to me, and that's what you're supposed to do. If you want to turn around and say, oh, we want to try to figure out what you're doing and stuff like that.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, no, that's just what I'm trying to say to you, then that's fine. And if that's the case and you've figured out that I'm doing a legal activity, then that should be the end of the conversation, really. I mean, you can come, you can give your opinion, you can tell me whatever you want to tell me, but all I'm going to say to you is, I ain't doing nothing wrong.
I get that's what you're saying. We're just asking you why you're not doing anything wrong.
Because it says so, it's a law.
No, you've said you're doing a social experiment. We've said what sort of experiment you're doing. That's all we've asked you.
No,
there's a lot of things that are not legal. Listen a second. I could go home.
No, actually, I don't have to listen a second, but I'll let you carry on.
I thought you said we're having a conversation.
No, I'll let you carry on. Well, it's not a conversation with consent. You guys have come up to me to stop me filming legally, and then you're trying to say stuff to me. Okay, but now you're trying to put your opinion onto me, which isn't what.
Did you said we're having a conversation?
Yes.
Conversations go two ways.
I know you've explained this is a social experiment.
Yep.
We've got no way of actually testing that.
The auditor has been clear, calm, and open about what he's doing. He's not hiding anything. He's explained himself while filming in public, which is legal. That should have been enough. Instead, The sergeant puts the burden on Auditor, basically saying, we don't believe you and we don't have to. That's not how it works. In the UK, you don't have to prove your innocence to be left alone. It's the police who must have reasonable suspicion before interfering. The worst part is the idea that even when the auditor explains his purpose, it's still dismissed. The officer uses doubt as an excuse to push further. That's not fair policing. It's bias and misuse of discretion.
Really?
Well,
Yeah,
the
this
way
is
that
your
you're
opinion,
testing
and
it.
the fact
Okay,
that
let you finish first.
the fact that this is quite a vulnerable premises. The police officers coming in and out. Quite recently, we've had quite a lot of attacks and people that have been attacked coming in and going out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to detain you for the purpose of the search.
Okay.
Using the powers of the Terrorism Act.
Okay. Before you do that, can I just ask you to look in my backpack, in the pocket, in the back pocket, yeah? And there's a bit of paper in there, yeah? It's a NCPP police advice in regards to Terrorism Act.
Okay, well, we'll
yeah?
search it
No,
and
no,
find
I'm
that.
just
So what I'll
saying,
do
it's got the
is I've
Terrorism Act.
explained the
Okay,
reason
if you want to
behind
search me,
why.
that's fine.
If
That's
I've
fine.
explained the
Okay.
reason behind why I'm going to search.
Well, I don't agree to it, but okay.
I've
What
explained
can I
the
say?
power. Could I
ask you
just explain what I'm going to explain and you can talk to me after?
Okay, fair enough. Yep.
You're detained for the purpose of search, which means you can't leave at the moment. You're not under
Fair enough.
arrest.
Okay, yeah.
You can't leave until I've completed my search. When I've
Fair enough.
finished, I'll fill out a stop slip, which will have all the powers listed on it and the reasons behind why.
Okay.
Okay, do you understand all of that?
I believe it's an unlawful search.
Well, I didn't ask you what your opinion was. I'm asking you, do you understand all of that? No? Okay, fine. Okay, I think I'll ask you to just take that.
Yeah,
for a
can I just
moment,
put this
please.
on the floor then, please?
Yeah, it's fine,
Yeah?
it's fine.
Even though the auditor explained calmly and showed no threat, the sergeant detained him under the Terrorism Act. That law is meant for real, evidence-based suspicion of terrorism, not for stopping someone with a camera doing a peaceful experiment. The reason given was very weak, and the decision felt more like overreach than proper policing. What the sergeant says next makes his attitude even clearer. When the auditor says, "I believe this is an unlawful search," the sergeant replies, "I didn't ask you what your opinion was." That's not just rude. It's contempt for public rights. It shows he doesn't see the auditor as someone with legal protections, only as a problem. Using terrorism powers without cause is a serious abuse of power. And in this case, it didn't go unnoticed.
I believe that I've just been unlawfully searched.
Right.
Yeah, under section 43. Yeah. I don't agree with 5 officers having to search me, considering I'm doing a legal. There's a bike. There's a bike. Let me
No
take a
one is
picture of these bikes.
suggesting-
Do you know something? Actually, you've done. Listen. 5 of you are standing here, so as far as I'm concerned, you've all searched me.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's-
even though these guys, you were okay in the
I
beginning,
wanna
so I ain't got
clarify with you
nothing,
one thing
no issues
as
against
well.
you. This guy here, he's there telling me what that I didn't engage in the beginning, but obviously the
Boss man.
video will show differently.
Boss man,
Yeah,
listen to me. I'm
I'm
gonna
not a
call you
boss man or
what would
anything
you
like
like me
that.
to call you?
Right, I think that's quite disrespectful.
Okay, what would you
yeah,
like me to call you?
in saying that. Right, yeah, I do want to stop for
What would you like me to
actually.
call you?
And the thing about it is, yeah, you believe that you done illegal activity. I believe that it was an illegal
we'll
search.
have to agree
I
to
told you about the
disagree on
section
that, won't we?
43 memo and all that sort of thing. I've got it in my bag
Yeah.
to show you. There's nothing that I've been doing. So
No one's suggesting that anything you've done is illegal, because if they
well
did,
then, so all you're doing is trying to get
either you
information
talk or
on
I'll
me,
talk.
which
If we
is
both talk at
it
the
doesn't
same
matter.
time, it'd be pointless.
Oh
wouldn't it?
well then that's why I wasn't talking earlier on, because I didn't make 2 of us talking at the same time. Yeah,
You were
one
asked,
person at a
what
time.
are you doing? You said a social experiment. We said, what's the nature of that? And you refused to engage with us.
Okay.
Anyone can say it's a social experiment. You need to give us a little bit more.
So if
you
that's
end up getting
if
searched.
that's what you want to do, fine, do it to everybody. If they want to film, it's up to you. It's cool. Whatever.
When the officer says, anyone can say it's a social experiment, you need to give us a little bit more. It shows how badly power was misused. The auditor already explained clearly it was a social experiment involving filming in public, which is legal. At that point, the police didn't need a little bit more. They needed reasonable suspicion, which they didn't have. By demanding extra justification, the officer is basically saying, your legal activity isn't enough unless we approve of it. That's not the law. Nobody has to explain themselves beyond saying they're not breaking the law. This way of thinking turns rights into privileges, as if you have to earn them to avoid being detained. That's dangerous.
Sir,
It is what it is.
Sir, good?
Oh, do you know something? I'm just like, going to stand here now because it's too many questions.
Could I ask you some questions?
Yes, you can.
Excellent. Okay, so I know that you don't agree with our grounds. Those are our grounds, and they're subjective. They're my grounds, okay? And I've explained them to you. If you want to challenge them, you can. But it's not about you filming. Filming was the reason we come over to speak to you.
Okay.
And then once we've gone into that reason behind why you're filming, this is why I've used those powers.
Okay. So you had credible information that I could be a terrorist.
How would I know?
Or was it just that you came out to
Credible
talk to me?
information?
No. Well, I'm just going to read something to you, which it says in regards.
What name would you like me to record?
In regards to suspicion.
What name would you like me to record on this?
Yeah. What is reasonable suspicion? Yeah. The code explains that reasonable suspicion must be based on objective facts or information. It can never be based on the personal factors alone. Yeah. Okay.
I'm quite happy with that.
Have you got any objective facts?
Yeah.
What are they?
My objective fact is that you was filming outside a police station.
It's illegal. It's illegal.
Which could be.
It's legal.
Not at any point in here does it say that you've got to be acting illegally.
No, but it's legal for me to film outside a police station. So why bother coming?
This is a turning point, and it's brilliant. When the auditor pulls out the National Police Chiefs Council guidance on the Terrorism Act, he doesn't just defend himself. He educates the sergeant who detained him. He calmly shows that reasonable suspicion must be based on real facts or intelligence, not opinions, guesses, or someone filming in public. That's not just theory, it's official police guidance. The look on the sergeant's face says everything. He knows he's been caught out, not by rudeness, but by someone who knows the law better than him. This isn't only about a bad search. It's about a sergeant being shown, in black and white, that his decision had no lawful basis.
You're absolutely right.
But why come out then? If I'm doing something which is legal, I'm not arguing. As what you said earlier on, or this officer said, it's a conversation, and we've both got a conversation, so it's not an argument. Don't try to twist it, because he's already tried to twist stuff a little bit earlier on.
You're maybe trying to provoke us now.
Not at all. Not at all. So if that's the case, then I'd advise you guys to go.
Well, once we're finished, we will.
Okay, so I'm not trying to provoke you. I'll zip it, or shall you zip it? Which one?
I don't mind.
Yeah, zipping it.
Fine, okay. So you're not going to give us your name? No. You're not going to tell us where you come from? You're not going to try and put the officers inside that building at rest? The person outside is fine. There's no issues with them. All we know is what we see in front of us now. Your civil duty to really help us to try and do the job a little bit better, to make us feel.
That's all you wanted. If I would have agreed to that, you would have probably said, "Oh, right, then no worries."
To make us feel.
But because I didn't agree to it, it is what it is, isn't it?
Is that what it is?
The sergeant already detained and searched the auditor under the Terrorism Act. He found nothing. Yet he keeps fishing for personal details, asking again, "You're not going to give us your name? You're not going to tell us where you came from?" At this point, it's no longer about suspicion, it's about control and ego. The auditor had already explained what he was doing, handed over the MPCC guidance, and even complied with an unlawful search without resisting. That should have ended it. Instead, the sergeant doubles down, guilt-tripping the auditor with talk of civil duty, as if not making officers feel comfortable is suspicious. But it's not. The auditor does no comfort. He has rights, and they've already been infringed once.
You're not going to give us your name?
You just said if you'd engaged with us from the beginning.
No, it's not engaging. You keep on saying about engaging. It's not engaging. The engagement is that I'm doing something legally, and I actually don't have to give all this information out.
You're right, you don't.
Yeah, but if I'm there and I'm acting all weird and stuff like that, that's different. No, because I didn't answer you. Because I didn't.
You gave us
because
half
I didn't.
an answer and then you didn't give us.
Yeah,
an
but that's
answer.
supposing that's how I am. Supposing that's how I converse.
We don't know who you are, so to set
all right
ourselves
then.
at risk that
So
you're
you're
not.
not going to give us your name, is that right?
Correct, I'm not.
No, you're not going to tell us any information about yourself.
Do I need to?
No, you don't.
Okay, well then that's the end of that then.
As a
That's the end of that
police
then.
force to feel
That's the
very
end of that then.
reassured.
That's the end of that
So you
then.
don't want us to feel reassured.
That's the end of that then.
Okay. Okay, if that's your answer, you don't want us to feel reassured, then that's fine.
Alright.
All right. I'm sure you've got what you come for. I'll maybe see you another time. Okay?
He's a tyrant, he is. You're a bully. I'm suing you. Because you're a bully and you're a tyrant, aren't you? I'm suing you guys because you're bullies and tyrants.
What Yardley wanted was to show bad policing, unlawful use of powers, and the slow erosion of rights. And the sergeant gave it all on camera. The proof? Yardley won his case and got an £800 payout just a few months ago for this very stop. That's not opinion. It's legal proof that the stop was wrong from the beginning. Let's break it down. From the start, the sergeant and officer acted on assumptions, not evidence. Yardley explained calmly that he was filming a social experiment. Instead of fairly considering that, they pushed harder, demanding details he didn't have to give and dismissing his explanation. When he stood on his rights, they took it personally, and professionalism turned into power tripping. The biggest failure came when they used Section 43 of the Terrorism Act with no evidence or intelligence. Yardley posed no threat, had no suspicious items, and had already explained his purpose. After finding nothing, the sergeant still demanded his name, asked where he came from, and tried to guilt trip him. That's not suspicion, that's abuse of rights. Yardley stayed calm, showed them the MPCC guidance, and made it clear they had no legal basis. The final insult was a sergeant's smug remark as he walked away, proving how little accountability some officers feel. This whole case is a reminder of why knowing your rights matters. When officers forget the law, it's up to people like Yardley to remind them.